Hello everyone, NecroVMX here, and welcome to the List Critics 2, which strangely enough has Payton.
Hi.
There he is, yeah, that's because you weren't going to be available for a while, so... Well, as I already explained on List Critics, so Payton came up with the idea, why don't you just do List Critics with Jesse, and then I'll give him more time. And hey, it's not even July, and we got it done, so
Yeah,
there's
just been
that.
working my ass off.
All right, well, we're gonna get right into it, and just start as we normally do with Tumblr Gets Deep. There's 21 of these. Let's do it. We'll see how deep they're gonna get.
Most of the time they get derpy, but every now and then we do find the golden one that just makes us go, wow.
As long as it entertains me, that's all that matters to me. So, Verly Quinn says, look, the only live-action Disney remake I want is The Emperor's New Groove, and I want there to be no CGI. I want Kuzco to be played by two actors in a cheap llama costume.
Uh,
I mean, you might get that from, like, Studio Asylum or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You ain't getting it from Disney, I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
Stop beeping at me, drunk. Bad.
Disney tends to have good special effects. So, I don't know about all that. Number 20, Snorlaxative says, do British people really eat beans on toast as a meal? And Quiet Time Everyone says, in America, is everyone ignorant? And Snorlaxative says, it was just a question. Damn, no need to get hostile. Go eat some beans on toast. Yeah, they really do that. They just take like a can of baked beans and just like dump the whole thing on like a couple of pieces of toast, and it's like, boom, breakfast.
Oh, that's new to me. I ain't ever heard of that before,
They
but
do
all
it. I
right.
mean, here we have baked beans here, but you know, it's generally a side dish and usually not for breakfast.
Well, I've noticed Randy Santel, whenever he does those British breakfasts, they have beans on there, so yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
there's a soggy ass piece of toast somewhere underneath all that, probably.
Probably. I don't know. I usually don't see it. He kind of eats with a fork whenever he's devouring it.
Number 19, your tube says, reblog if your URL represents who you really are. And Putin's girlfriend says, I am really Putin's girlfriend. Putin's boyfriend says, then we have a problem. And official
Uh-oh.
Putin says, I can explain. I like it. I like it. Number 18, Moami says, if you find bones in the forest, sit a bit and listen. They are old and have some good stories to tell. Maybe they'll teach you a spell or two or explain where the water on our planet came from. If you find bones by the ocean, run. Don't look back, run. Faster, faster. The sea may love you, but there are nights where she knows neither mercy nor science, and the bones warn you only once. And Desang says, boy, if you find bones, call the police. I hate this website so much. It's true though, right? Like if you were chilling in the forest and you found some bones, would you just sit and listen to the bones whisper to you, or would you freak out?
If I was a black metal artist, I would probably sit there and listen to the woods. Otherwise, yeah, I would
No,
freak the hell out.
if you were a black metal artist, you'd probably like paint them black and make necklaces out of them or something. Number
Thanks a lot.
seven, Number 17. Me carries cat out of my room for being naughty. Cat purrs. Me. You are being punished. Please do not purr. I love you. I think you could relate to that.
Oh yeah, my cat always acts up, especially when, like in the middle of the night, he'll jump on me just to purr, and he wakes me up. But he's purring, so he's like, "You get a pass. You get a."
Number 16, Just Shower Thought says, if I was born after 9 months and an hour before me a premature baby was born after 7.5 months, they would be older than me despite existing for a shorter period of time. And Love Sherlock Id Thing says, don't fuck with my mind, please.
Too late for that. My mind's already fucked.
Yeah, that's not a shower thought. That's a fucking weed thought right there.
Hey man, what if DAT really spelled dog?
What if we had, like, gloves for our feet?
Cool.
You mean socks? No, man, gloves for our feet.
Oh, gloves for our feet. Oh, oh.
Yeah. Okay,
I
I love
like,
this one. This one has been going around a while. It was on Facebook and everything. Pitch here, it actually starts with a tweet from Pitch. It says, new La Croix. Have you ever had La Croix?
who?
La Croix, the soda?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Have you ever had it?
No, I've never had it. I've only heard of it.
Okay. Well, it's you might not appreciate this fully then, but here it says, new La Croix flavors. Transported in a truck near bananas. Hint of lime. Single Skittle dissolved in water. Shy watermelon. And imagine like a strawberry but with low battery. So Melon Meme says, La Croix tastes like when your drink is still buffering. This chick 25 says, La Croix tastes like someone is sitting next to you thinking really hard about a piece of fruit. Varax Plus says, cola addicts usually think like this. Imagine having taste buds so fried and oversaturated that you can't enjoy La Croix. Must be like the food-eating equivalent of being a BDSM freak who can't get off without 5 dudes in a car battery. So then Lactose Intolerant says, imagine having a superiority complex over drinking carbonated water that you compare soda to BDSM. And Kramergate says, imagine enjoying a La Croix.
Throw in Piper Perry, and we got ourselves a little bit of a BSDM type of situation.
You know,
that's the only thing I can add. It went over me.
The La Croix, it tastes like hairspray. It's not pleasant.
All right. So I'm not missing much then.
I mean, I guess what they're saying is like if you get something that's like it's soda. I don't drink soda. No, you don't either, but we both used to. If you get something that says lemon, you want it to taste like a fucking lemon, right? Not like it might have been near a lemon at some point in the past. You know, it's kind of like those flavor seltzers that barely have any flavor. It's kind of like that. Okay, I gotta put my phone on vibrate because the group chat's going crazy and I can't stand while I'm trying to talk, hearing the ding, ding, ding. Like, shut the fuck up, y'all. All right, here we go. So the desk of Dry Chris says, some edgy loner character in a TV show. Do you know what it's like to be afraid of yourself? Me, thinking about that time I ate an entire family-sized bag of Doritos in one evening. God, dude, I sure do. Family size. Okay.
Sounds like a Matthew McConaughey joke.
Yeah, kind of. Number 13. Gemma Sim says, one difference between cats and dogs is that dogs do absolutely nothing to mask their clinginess, while cats pretend it's a coincidence that they're in the same room as you 97% of the time. And Under Huntress Moon says, the fact that I'm laying on your face means nothing.
Ninja, get off my face.
Yeah, what is it with cats that they decide that they want to put their asshole directly on your face? Like, they're like, look at my butt.
I don't know. Lisa usually sends me videos of my cat, and, you know, he has his tail up, and she'll get a good pic of his butt and send it to me. I'm like, really?
Well, probably because the cat's shoving it right in her face.
Probably.
Either that or...
this is your cat here.
Either that or it's like the Wayne's World joke. Like, oh, never mind, I'll be fine. I'll just stay at home and lick the cat's butt.
Yeah, just lay in bed.
Yeah.
Let the cat... There you go.
Northern Wine Drake says, hi, Brain, you obstinate fucker. I drank the clear splashy stuff. I ate the green things. I went under that bright fucker up there. I did the thing with the moving and sweating and whatnot. Now make the happy chemical, you lump of fuck.
Somebody's pissed.
I don't know, like, well, I mean, there's something to be said for that. Everybody tells you if you drink water, eat vegetables, exercise, go outside, you're going to be happier. This person doesn't sound happy, do they?
Fuck no, they sound like they're going to shoot up a school soon.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but maybe they just don't enjoy those things. Number 11, Sluffle Puff says, people who aren't at least mildly obsessed with something are hard to buy gifts for. And Random Phantom Teacher says, word to the wise, don't hide your obsessions. All you get is soap and candles. It's true. It's true. I mean, like, if you're going to buy a gift for someone, you got to know what they like.
I like boobs.
Well, I mean, it's hard to gift boobs and remain within the confines of the law, so, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Now that back page is shut down.
I don't know if the Bunny Ranch takes gift cards, you know.
Well, they
Although
take cash.
imagine if it did. Imagine if they sold like gift cards. Like, here's $1,000 gift card to the Bunny Ranch. Go get your dick sucked.
Hey, $1,000 gets you, I think, 4 hours. I think.
Depends on the person.
Yeah, and depending on what they're willing to do.
I mean, that'll get you about 2 hours with Air Force Amy, but I don't know why
Ooh,
anybody would want to fuck her. She looks gross. She's like the most famous hooker there. She looks like a leather handbag.
jeez.
I don't know.
I
I mean,
got you.
I'm not into fake tits and scales.
I don't
So,
think anyone is.
well, apparently a lot of people are. Because I don't know. Maybe she could suck the chrome off a bumper. But I don't know what the big deal is. But there you go.
Urge to mention the Harley Hermy joke rising.
Indeed. Number 10. A Swedish woman finds IKEA bags filled with 80 human skeletons. That's an article that this person is replying to. The blog of mystery says, and of course they come in like a million pieces you have to put together yourself.
But
Because it's IKEA.
oh yeah,
Why would there be 80 human skeletons in IKEA bags? Like, I don't even want to know what's going on there.
I don't want to know either.
I gotta make you slightly louder on my end. Here we go. All right. Okay, so number 9, Lady Lex Luthor says, this is... Okay, I gotta actually tell you about... Do you know that meme with the guy from, like, Despicable Me showing, like slides or something?
Yeah.
Okay, so the slides have nothing on them, and in the third panel it says, there's a word bubble that says, we can't see the slides. And Lady Lex Luthor says, this isn't surreal, this is high school. And Kilgore says, and college. That's true.
And then
That shit
and then
never
I'm going
worked.
to and live.
That shit never worked right. Number 8, Lauren Dobson Hughes says, amazing. Overheard at Whole Foods. I need to read the numbers on the barcode aloud to you. I don't want any lasers touching my food. So, the inter... Wow. The Internet Explorer says, laser-free diet. Y'all need to hear about GERB. GERB was my high school physics teacher. GERB is short for Mr. Gerber. When we were learning about radiation and whatnot, and we touched on radiation poisoning, GERB decided to tell us a story. When GERB was in high school, he worked at a supermarket. A cashier, there was this little old lady, Mrs. Casopoulos, who was a regular. Mrs. Casopoulos firmly believed that the lasers used to scan her food items would give her radiation poisoning. They tried to explain that that's not a thing, but old Cass wouldn't hear a word of it. The employees had to punch in every last grocery item manually. And this woman would buy cartfuls of food every week, like any good grandma trying to feed her 5 children and 18 grandchildren, every time they come for Sunday visit. So pretty soon the employees figured out a strategy to get her on her way and get on with their lives. One or more employees would distract old Cass while the cashier would scan all the items he could as fast as humanly possible while she wasn't paying attention. Now this supermarket had a rewards program for its most efficient workers. The computer would track how quickly the cashier scanned items and how many total they scanned in one day. That kind of thing. So one day Gerb's boss comes to him and says, you scanned 300 items in 6 minutes last Tuesday during your shift. And Gerb says, I recall. That's about 4 times faster than anything I've ever seen. And Gerb says, yeah, okay. Jeremy, what happened? And Gerb says, I have to save a little old woman from placebo radiation.
What the fuck?
It's great, though.
Yeah.
That's a great story. I'm glad I read all that. Okay, wow, this person's name. So number 7, listen to this name, Peyton. Gluten-free pussy. Well, I guess it just means she doesn't have a yeast infection, huh?
Good. I'll eat it.
Okay, well, so gluten-free pussy here says, I read an article about how millennials don't carry cash on them and got annoyed, and literally yesterday I was out with a group of friends and none of us had cash. Magnolia Noir says, I mean, if you get robbed, you can cancel the card and transactions. If you get robbed for cash, that's it, man. And Galactic Pages says, millennials are ruining the robbery industry.
Well, he ain't lying.
Well, that's how the media would spin it, right?
Yeah.
Do you carry cash? I don't carry very much cash.
I only carry at most like $50, and most of the time it's just for toll.
Well, yeah, that's different. I mean, just when you're out about town or whatever, not when you're working. I mean, I'm not even a millennial. I mean, you're a millennial. I'm not a millennial. I'm Gen X, but I haven't carried like actual cash in a long time because you could lose it. And then that's
Yeah,
it.
plus
Yeah, that's a wrap.
plus most of the time I carry plastic anyway because, whenever I'm getting fuel, a homeless guy may come up and ask for change, and if he hears my pocket jiggling, he's going to try and shake me for it.
Yeah, it's
It's
true.
already it's almost happened to me once before, and
Okay, mental illness says, me as my laptop fan suddenly becomes louder. What is it? What program? Who is doing this to you? And Sarah Soph says, opening task manager. Who do I need to kill? It is true. It doesn't have to be a laptop. When you hear the fan get louder, you're like, oh, something's chewing up the memory, right?
yeah.
Well, not the memory really, but it would be the processor getting overheated. DX Hixel says, once in the 5th grade, this kid called me a homo, and I thought it meant homeless, and I was so confused. I said, Jeremy, you've been to my house. That's a good answer, actually. I like it.
I was about to say, that's pretty good.
Number 4, Prima Donna's here says, so I get home. This is all in caps, but I don't have the energy to yell right now. So I get home, and there's this random kid on my couch, and he's like, all right, man, I don't want to hurt you. Just put your stuff down and get on the ground. I just want your money. And I fucking almost puked. I was like, oh, my God, please, no, I don't have any money. I'm only 15. Then he was like, nah, man, I'm just fucking with you. I'm your brother's friend. He's in the shower. I'm just waiting for him.
Dick.
The dude saw an opportunity, and he took it. I can't really blame him all that much. Anything for a joke.
Still kind of a dick thing to do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It is absolutely a dick thing to do, but it made a good story. Number 3, I am 20 years old, and I still have no idea how girls make hats out of towels after they shower.
I don't either.
And
Amelia,
I don't think we're meant to know. I don't think we're meant to have that knowledge. I mean, I have had long hair, too, and I don't know how to do that. It's definitely a thing that only women know. So Avocado Damn Girl says, this is the most innocent yak I have ever seen. This lifted my spirits a little. And Ibaism said, one time my brother tried to yank away my towel hat and was promptly horrified when I yelled in pain. I didn't know your hair was in there, he cried. Boys. And then Barry Kool-Aid says, wait, your hair is in the twisty part? And Ramen Rain says, oh dear.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying right now, too. It's, oh dear. What have I got myself into?
Yeah, I guess it's something like probably some noble tradition passed on from mother to daughter, because I have no idea how that works.
We could ask Emilio Estevez. He's done it before.
I bet you he had a woman do it for him, like, right before the scene, you know?
Probably.
Yeah. So, number 2 shows this, this is a Marvel well, it wasn't Marvel back at the, but it's Marvel back from, like, the 40s or so, you know, Namor the Submariner, you've heard of him, right?
Yeah.
And he's just looking around, and he goes, mankind, ugh, a dog, a barrel, ridiculous. And Mike Tooch here says, when you're in a bad mood, but there's nothing actually wrong. That makes sense. Yeah. And number 1, Scranton Paper says, me watching a battle scene. Please not the horses. Leave them alone. They did nothing wrong. They're the only innocent ones. They don't deserve this. And Phi High says, usually this used to upset me a lot as a kid until my mom, who worked with horses for many years, told me about how they train the horses in those movies to do things like falling down, kneeling, crawling, or stay laying on the ground after they fall, and how it's so tough to train a prey animal to do these behaviors, and how hard both trainer and horse have to work. So now whenever I see a horse take a hit and go down in a movie, I just think, fucking superb, you funky little horse actor. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it was that hard to do.
Well, my boss texted me right now saying, hey, make sure you go to bed tonight. You start moving at midnight.
Well, we'll get there. We'll power through it. Yeah, out of 21, 17 is the score I'm going to give it.
I'll give it 14.
There you go. All right, so I have 15 Twitter jokes everyone should read. I swear I'm not dyslexic. So here we go. Orly Matlow says, I'm so glad Jurassic Park isn't real because this would be every man's Tinder pic. And it just shows like a guy like kneeling by a stegosaurus. And it's true, though. It's true.
Yeah.
If we had dinosaurs, we would be doing that.
Probably.
Yeah. Timbo posts a picture of like from Wheel of Fortune, and the category is "What are you doing?" And well, they took a stab at it, taking a big dump. It could fit. It could fit in there. Okay, number 13, Flanny says, "Fucking class having a shower at your girlfriend's, using stuff like a charcoal facial scrub and a pomegranate and mango shower milk. I've come out the shower smelling like a fresh fruit market on a hot summer's day, feeling like a brand new woman. 13 out of 10 would recommend."
Jeez.
Women have some strange shower. Like, what the hell is, what did he say it was called? Shower milk.
Charcoal.
What is that?
I have no idea. You're asking the wrong guy.
I know I'm asking the wrong guy. I'm gonna Google it though. What the fuck is shower milk? Oh wow. Okay. What? Here's an article. What is shower milk? Okay. There doesn't seem to be any good answers here. Just sarcastic ones like horse semen.
In all honesty, that's probably how I would reply.
Yeah. I mean, that's not helping me though. I guess it's a combination of body wash and moisturizer. But calling it shower milk is it just sounds gross. All right, well, Noah Bradford says, when you have a bunch of great ideas and no actual skill to realize them. It's just the starfish from SpongeBob looking very upset, holding a pickaxe. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 11, Misa says, is maroon just navy red? Bruh.
Is this Twitter jokes or
That
Tumblr?
sounds like Tumblr gets deep to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Maroon is just navy red. It's like AJ broke our friend Corin's mind by telling her what was it? Minty is just cold spicy. And she's just like, fuck you. Like, she couldn't get out of her head after that. Number 10 says, Lahab says, my dad wanted to make a reservation at a restaurant, and they told him that they were completely booked. Minutes later, he called back claiming to be the Prime Minister of Morocco. We got the best table in the place, and the chef answer him to sign a plate and take a picture with him.
That's not funny, is it?
It's funny if you're the one doing it.
Yeah.
It's not funny to anyone else, though, so I don't know. Number 9, Gabe Rivera says, you know how when you're a fast walker and the guy ahead of you is fast too, but only 90% as fast as you, so you must pass him, but to pass him you have to walk comically faster than your normal speed, or else you'll be in his personal space too long as you pass? That's annoying. I agree.
Yeah.
That is fucking annoying.
That's more than annoying. That's just downright effed up.
Yeah. It goes for driving, too. Like, you're driving, let's say you're on the highway and you're doing 65, and the person ahead of you is doing 64.
That's a common problem we have all the time because of government trucks.
You got to pass them, but you're going to have to speed up to like 78 to get past them, you know?
Pretty much. And what pisses me off more is when they start speeding up.
Oh, yeah, because they're like, oh, I'm not going fast enough. Okay, so Zeke Hunter shows this picture of this woman riding on a train who, I got to show you this. She bears an extremely uncanny resemblance to the Mona Lisa. Like, she literally looks like the Mona Lisa. I'm going to send it to you on Facebook so that it pops up over your app because you're on your phone.
Yeah.
Just take a look at this, and the caption on it is, I got to get back to the tab to read that, is, she escaped the museum and ride the train. Oh, my God. I mean, look at that woman. That's the Mona Lisa, right?
That's her reincarnation right there.
There. She's even doing the smile, which I think is funny. Number 7, Junie B. Jordan says, me getting ready for work, and it just shows this pissed off SpongeBob wearing underpants and shoes.
Okay.
How's he going to get his square pants on now without... Because he's got the shoes on. That seems like a logistical nightmare. Number 6, Steph says, yeah, Mickey Mouse is cool and all, but can we talk about Goofy for a sec? He was a single dad who raised his son, and when he lost his job, he went back to college so he can get a job to support his son. That mouse has nothing on this dog. All right, now, that's not a joke, though.
He's talking about a Goofy movie and an extreme Goofy movie.
No, I know, but doesn't that something that should be on, like, Tumblr Gets Deep?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a joke. What is going on today with this? It's not very good. Well, number 5, Zannenberg says, accidentally jeweled in front of my mom, but when she saw the smoke and goes, what was that? So I immediately said, oh my God, you saw that too? And now I have to spend the rest of my life pretending my house is haunted. Okay, that's funny. That's funny. I like it.
There we go. Now, we just got 2 points extra for that one.
Kevin Shark here says, it's 90 degrees out. This is your moment, my guy. If not now, when? What? It's just like a picture of a guy holding a bottle of water. Like, what?
Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. All right. Well, number 3, Blizzy here says, why do airplane tickets have to be so expensive? Having separate continents is so stupid. Retweet if you miss Pangea.
Miss what?
You know what Pangea is?
No.
All right. Well, like, you know how the continents are, like, moving and shit? Like, real slow, but they're moving?
Yeah.
So, like, a long-ass time ago, it was all one landmass, and they call it Pangea.
Oh, okay, yeah. I never heard that term before. I just knew they were all together as one at one point. I think it was like...
It's like billions of years ago. Yeah. But, because they move like half an inch every 20 years, but yeah, now you know. Okay, so Amaris here says, oh, God, you know, this is what's pissing me off about the Twitter jokes lately. So many of them are not jokes anymore. They're people reacting to pictures. So now I have to sit there and describe the fucking picture. So it shows this little guy, like, he's doing like a Hadouken, throwing a heart at another guy, and the other guy is like chopping the heart in half with his hand. And the first guy's saying, look at this meme, and the other says, I've already seen it. So Amara says, I felt this shit on a personal level. Okay, but that's not a joke, Amara. Like, who compiled this? Oh, Mike Primavera. I always notice that when there's really bad, because there's a bunch of people that work at Pleated Jeans. When there's a really bad compilation of jokes, it's always Mike Primavera. Well, all right. Number 1 is Sarah Shower here says, Father's Day is the one day a year when a dad can dress like a total slut and no other dads can say anything about it. Okay, that is a joke, but it's not funny.
Mike, you suck.
What is going on? These
Mike,
are not
you suck.
very good.
Mike, I'm giving this a 5. Step your game up or get kicked in the balls.
I'm going to give it a 4, to be honest. Yeah, that wasn't very good.
I gave that one, though, 2 points, and that was it.
Yeah, I'm over it. That was crappy. Okay, well, let's see. I got a bunch of lists here. So, all right. This sounds like a fun one here. So this is from Rate My Job. It is lawyers share the dumbest things that their clients have ever done in court.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so here's the first one. I had a voicemail message when I came in one morning. Attorney, my name. This is Jen from Judge's name's office. Your client, who I see is charged with harassing his girlfriend with phone calls, left us 87 messages over the weekend. The judge would like a word with you.
I don't blame him.
You think he harassed his girlfriend? I think he did.
I think he's kind of trying to confess it. Like, yeah, I did it. I got that.
Maybe the guy isn't a harasser. Maybe he just thinks that that's how things work, that if you don't get an answer, you just keep calling over and over again.
Hell, that's what me and Elizabeth do all the damn time. We just call each other 90 times a day until one of us picks up finally.
You don't just, like, leave a message or a text or something?
Our messages are full all the time. And we text.
Well, you just text her, say, call me.
I do.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. All right, so this next one. This is a story from a friend of mine. He was defending a guy in court. I don't remember the particulars of the charges. The key witness for the prosecution was on the stand and was asked if she could identify the defendant. She was scanning the courtroom and seemed confused. My friend was already silently celebrating because if she couldn't identify him, he could probably get all the charges dropped. As she was mentally adding this case to the win file, he happened to glance over at his client, who had just helpfully raised his hand to make it easier for her to identify him. Even the judge face-palmed on that one.
Oh my God.
Well, that's jail time, right?
Yeah.
Here. God. My all-time favorite is a client I had who was charged with driving under the influence, who wanted to challenge the charges on the grounds that he didn't think he was inebriated and the tests were improperly administered. He appeared at his court hearings rip-roaring hammered twice, and then both times he got into his car and tried to drive away. And both times the police promptly stopped him, administered a breathalyzer, and charged him with driving under the influence and related offenses. Somehow we didn't win that case.
Oh, I wonder why.
No. I mean, that guy's got fucking problems, dude. Alright.
Yeah.
My ex-wife's lawyers, yes, plural, are the ones who know all about the dumb stuff she's done. She hasn't successfully followed a court order yet, and trust me, there have been many. Here's the full story. In the past 4 years, she has opened numerous CPS investigations, has filed police reports accusing me of various offenses falsely, has had me detained with my son because of these false reports, has tried to kick in my front and back doors of the house, and followed me home randomly, has accused several people in my life of abuse towards our child, and has started a website whose sole purpose was to bash me and every judge who we have ever seen. On top of this, she has blatantly ignored several court orders, including failure to pay child support as owed. She has repeatedly lied to her attorneys, or maybe to herself too, who knows, and told them that she is a victim and I am the devil, etc. She has consistently neglected to mention a lot of the stuff she has done or has admitted to doing, so her attorneys are constantly being ambushed by the truth. Finally, she has a history of not paying these attorneys, so they aren't exactly thrilled to be representing her and quit the first chance they get. She is up to about 10 attorneys now. On the flip side, I have spent or borrowed over $100,000 now to keep my same attorney. I probably will never be able to afford a college education for my child or have any future children because I'm not sure I will ever be able to pay off these legal fees, especially considering this is still going on and I am racking up fees faster than I can pay them.
Jesus Christ.
Well, man, somebody needs to put that bitch in jail, right?
Do something, please.
Shit. Alright, well, here's the next one. I'm still in law school, but assisting lawyers with cases. One day we got involved in a caretaking debate for an old woman. Her daughter and an attorney were declared legal guardians for her due to dementia and her old age. Her niece was the one who got us involved, questioning the motives of the daughter as an assigned legal guardian. The daughter's motives were questionable, as she stole thousands of dollars and even her mom's vacuum cleaner and silverware, which resulted in the poor woman eating with her fingers. And the case seemed to be a piece of cake for us. But then the niece, our client, took the old lady away to a senior citizen's home to guarantee she was taken well care of. Her intentions were good, but unfortunately daughter and attorney were still legal guardians and had the right to determine the place of residence. In the end, our client was charged with kidnapping and we lost the case. Moral of the story, don't ever do anything case-related before talking to your lawyer. Seriously, don't.
People are dumb.
Yeah. I mean, the lawyer's got to just be like, come here, and just smack her on the back of the head. Like, what are you doing? Idiot. All right. I filed a lawsuit after I was hit by a car. This worked out for me after being a horrible experience initially. I was struck while crossing the street by the 65-year-old lady who was both inebriated at the wheel and high on substances. Whoa, damn, Granny. I mean,
Shit.
hold up. 65 years old, she was high and drunk? Wow. The cops knew her husband, who was a firefighter, and so they didn't breathalyze her or do any tests and didn't charge her. My EMTs had said, that woman is so sloshed she's going to buy you a ticket to Disney World, which is how I knew she was wasted at the time of the accident. However, I had no proof to bring to the table in the lawsuit because if the cops didn't charge her or make notes, you cannot add them later. So we get to my deposition and she shows up. She argues with me the entire time over my points and her lawyer keeps having to tell her that she needs to be quiet. She exclaims to my lawyer, even the police report is wrong. What do you mean it's wrong? It has me coming from the wrong place. Where were you coming from? My friend's bar. Really? Did you have any drinks at this bar? Well, yeah. How many? I don't know. They don't charge me. They just keep refilling my glass. Cue her lawyer's facepalm as all this is still on tape.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow. That's great. Well,
She just pretty much handed the case over.
Oh. I worked for the public defender's office and met a client in jail for a suspect lineup which he had adamantly demanded regarding a crime with multiple witnesses. I met the client for the first time in a separate room to let him know how it would go down and what to expect. This is the kind of lineup you would traditionally see on television where some similar-looking people are standing shoulder to shoulder in front of the mirrored glass. They pull the people for the lineup from the jail population, and despite their best efforts, this is not a huge population. I walk in to meet the client, and he has an infected sty on his lower left eyelid the size of a golf ball. It was the most identifiable mark on a human face I have ever seen. He still demanded the lineup and was identified instantly by every single witness without a shred of doubt in their mind. He still demanded a trial.
Jeez.
Well, maybe that thing is pressing against his brain.
Yeah, that or he's prolonging his inevitable demise.
That might be it, too. All right, I watched this case play out in traffic court. The guy who went up before I did was charged with something stupid that should have been a small fine. But when he got up there, he completely lost his cool and started hollering about the injustice of it all. He was carrying on about how America was going down the drain and being taken over by communists, when finally the judge lost his cool right back. It went something like this. Be quiet. Not one more word. I've heard enough. No more. Silence. But, Your Honor. But, Your Honor. Not one more word. But, I see this is difficult for you to understand. Let me say this exactly one more time. Your last chance, so to speak. Not one more word. Your bailiff. So after watching this idiot get hauled out of the courtroom, the judge bangs his gavel and it's my turn. I walk up to the judge's desk and say, well, I had this well-thought-out defense as to why I was driving without a license and expired tabs, but I'm just going to admit I was an idiot for forgetting both of them. Oh, well, it happens to the best of us. Show me that your license and papers are current and we'll forget about it. After I showed him, I asked him, so what's going to happen to that guy who went before me? I'll probably sentence him to picking up trash on the side of the highway for a few weeks. Which was pretty darn funny considering this is Alabama in the middle of the summer. That's the last place you want to be, right?
Yeah.
All right. The judge was determining if a defendant qualified to be represented by a public defender. Sir, do you have any income? Yes, Your Honor. From what source do you have income? Selling pot, Your Honor. For the record, this happened in Illinois and the defendant was not under oath. Well, that is income.
Yeah.
Not something you want to tell a judge about, but it is income. Wow. So I'm a law student, but I work at a volunteer desk that helps people complete the forms for court. The awful part is I can't give any legal advice since I'm not a lawyer, which means I can't tell these people that they don't have a case. However, the stories are great. There's the lady who sues celebrities. She asked me to help her sue Robert De Niro. Someone else helped her with a suit for Matthew McConaughey. She was doing it on behalf of her kids and their fathers for in excess of $100 million. She didn't even know how to spell their names. Then there's the guy who was suing DirecTV, CNN, Fox, and who knows who else. Apparently, he's the one you have to thank for putting color on your TV shows and adding animation. He was suing because they hadn't paid him. Finally, there's the lady who was suing her former employer for giving her too much money on her last paycheck. She told me they did it because they liked her and wanted her to come back. There was maybe $60 extra in the check. She was suing for $10,000.
What?
Wait, I don't even understand that one. Like, so, for whatever reason, they gave her $60 extra. And her answer is to sue them?
What the hell for? Like that's dumb.
That is dumb. Wow. That is the dumbest one yet. I mean, and there have been some dumb shits on this. Wow. All right. I told my client very clearly, she has a restraining order on you. You absolutely cannot contact her anymore. Then they moved in together. Short but sweet.
What?
See, Payton's scratching his head because he knows all about restraining orders. Because you've had to.
Oh yeah.
You've had to take restraining orders out on people.
Oh, yeah.
So
Still in effect.
yeah, and so you wouldn't go ahead and move in with that person, right?
Nope.
Exactly. That just seems bizarre. This was not my client, but I was on the prosecutor's side when the defendant failed to appear for court. His attorney couldn't reach him. Nobody knew where he was, so we all sat there for about a half an hour until finally the judge got sick of it and moved on with the docket. We found out later that day the defendant decided to rob a 7-Eleven the night before and was sitting in jail 2 counties over when he should have been in court.
What?
So he was supposed to be in court, but he was in prison because he went and robbed a fucking convenience store. That's
What a
great.
dumbass.
That's pretty fucking stupid. Okay. My dad is an attorney. A few years ago, his office was robbed, and the guy took a bunch of our IDs, passports, social security cards, etc. that we kept at my dad's office. A few months later, my dad is in court for another case/meeting. A guy enters the courthouse, going through security for a hearing for some unrelated charges. My dad gets called from his meeting, and the security guys are laughing. Hey, get a load of this guy, they say to my dad. This guy says he's you. They charge the guy with robbing my dad's office. Another story, my dad is in a meeting with some guys who are unaware that my dad fluently speaks their native language. They're telling him one story in English and then switch to their native language to confer about covering up the truth. My dad lets them go on like this for a while before finally cutting in their language and asking them about the real story. They were dumbfounded and busted.
Some people are dumb.
Yeah.
That's how I found my ex-girlfriend was cheating on me. She was speaking Spanish, but I understood it enough to find out, you're a bitch. Trying to get a green card out of me.
I love that. Get a load of this guy. He thinks he's you. All right. I work as a legal aid lawyer in a Canadian province. I have had many dumb clients who did many stupid things. One wore a "Smoke Ganja Every Day" t-shirt while attending their substance trafficking/producing trial. A woman attempted to smuggle smokes to her inmate partner via their baby's diaper. A man intentionally pooped his pants on the way to court to delay the matter. Another guy denied driving under the influence. Upon search by police, a highball glass full of liquid was located in their jacket pocket. And a guy came in and said he wanted to sue Crest because their toothbrushes kept cutting his gums. He asked if I wanted to see his evidence. I said no, but he still proceeded to dump a grocery bag full of used, slightly bloodied toothbrushes onto my desk.
They better care your teeth, you hippie.
I mean, here's the thing. If you're brushing your teeth constantly, you know, like you're doing it like you're supposed to, like as often as you're supposed to, and you're bleeding, you're probably doing it wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
What is he, going ham on his gums? Like, you're supposed to be gentle. You're not supposed to, like, fucking make yourself bleed. Like, wow. And then he wants to sue the people that make the toothbrushes.
That's what I said. Some people are dumb.
Oh, a lot of people are dumb, unfortunately. I'm a legal secretary. It's illegal to kill crocodiles in Australia, so our client filmed himself and his friends doing it. Funnily enough, they got caught. It's going to be kind of hard to disprove a video that shows them killing an animal and the subsequent celebration, plus they took photos with the carcass. What an idiot. Another guy robbed the pub he worked for, stole the owner's pickup truck, drove into the city, went straight to the casino, parked the work car in the lot, lost $10,000 playing blackjack, then hired 2 females to keep him company for $500, and was entertaining them when the cops arrested him. Classic.
Jesus, what a way to go out. Go broke, get laid, and there you go.
Oh, man. Go hard or go home, right?
Right.
I was doing a trial for a client in a circuit court about an hour outside of the city where I operate. The client decides to get a cab out there and tells the driver they'll pay them when they arrive. The client arrives in this community and gets the driver to stop at a local convenience store across the street from the courthouse. The client then attempts to steal 5 26-ounce bottles of Grey Goose and is promptly arrested and taken into custody. The trial was postponed as we spend the day unsuccessfully applying for bail.
Jeez.
Okay. So, I'm just trying to wrap my brain around this one. He gets a cab driver to take him to the court, but instead of going to the court, he goes to the convenience store across the street and tries to rob the bitch. Wow.
People are dumb.
I'm a paralegal, and on the list of dumb things I've seen would stretch to the moon. The list of mean things would be twice as long. Some examples. This was not a client of mine, but a defendant who took revenge on his girlfriend by gluing down everything in her apartment. He glued pillows to the bed and couch, the ashtray and phone to the coffee table, and even glued the vacuum cleaner to the carpet. All right, hold up. That's actually really funny.
Yeah.
Another dumb one. Not showing up for court. I had a defendant/client with a simple traffic issue, but he would not come to court. Now he had an attorney, and a good one, who had negotiated a sweet, sweet deal. But since he wouldn't come to court, the judge put a warrant out for his arrest. No big whoop. We find the client, arrange for him to come to court on the next available day, and file the appropriate motions to have the warrant lifted. And guess what? He doesn't show. So now his sweet deal is blown. He's incurred $700 in additional attorney fees for the extra work, and there's still a warrant out for his arrest.
People are dumb. Like, how many times have I said that in the last 5 minutes?
Enough.
Yeah.
But it's apt.
And we still got more to go.
Yeah, we got a few more. I'm a law student, but I had a professor who is a former public defender share this gem. Her client was on probation while being released from prison and was riding his motorcycle on the highway when he saw a cop pull over another driver. He decides this was his cue to pull over as well, approached the officer, and disclosed that he was currently in possession of a weapon and illicit substances, both of which would violate his parole. When she asked him why he would ever do that, he said they were going to find it eventually.
So he's basically just confessing, look, I'm
He
busted.
turned himself in for no reason, really.
Dumbass.
My high school best friend's lawyer... let's try that again. My high school best friend's father is a lawyer, and I remember him telling me this story years ago. He gets a client charged with drinking and driving. He asks the client what happened, and the client states that he had 2 drinks, got stopped, and the police wrongly charged him with driving under the influence. My friend's dad then looked over the evidence as any good lawyer would do. Come to find out there was video evidence from a dash cam. Awesome. His client on video was visibly hammered, and he described it as, "You'd be stupid to think he was sober." He was convinced there wasn't much he could do with this. There's icing on the cake, though. When the police officer went to give him the breathalyzer, his client is heard stating, "I'm too wasted to use that thing."
Wow.
That's some honesty, right?
Yeah.
My dad was a lawyer in the Navy. One of his first big cases was defending a guy accused of falling asleep at his post during Vietnam. My dad was all psyched, delivering what he thought was a well-prepared defense to the judge. Then the judge interrupted him, telling him to turn around and wake up his client.
Maybe he was narcoleptic.
I was just about to say that. This fucking guy's got narcolepsy or some shit, because holy crap. There are stupid lawyers too, you know. How about this one? This is the last one, by the way. A friend of mine wants out of business with his stupid partner and hires a highly recommended lawyer to handle contractual issues. He hands him over the business keys, credit cards, and mobile phone that are rightfully owned by the partner so he can return them through the proper channels. Over 6 months, the former business partner's lawyer keeps sending threatening letters asking for the return of said keys, credit cards, and mobile phones. Eventually, he sues. The idiot lawyer doesn't allow my friend to come to the hearing, calls him about 1 minute before it starts, and never mentions that he has said items all along at the hearing. The friend loses and has to pay damages. Oh, and the lawyer sends the bill the same day and then goes on vacation for a couple of weeks. My friend is hiring a new lawyer to both appeal the decision and sue his former lawyer.
I don't blame him for that. I really don't.
Yeah, that got screwed.
That sucked.
He got screwed. All right, I have no idea how many because these weren't actually numbered, but so we'll give it a letter grade. A minus is what I'm gonna say. What are you gonna say?
I'll say B plus.
B+.
It was all right.
Yeah.
Had some funny things, but some of it was just like, what?
Okay, so I have one here from the top10s.com, and I think you'll appreciate this. This is a ranking of the Legend of Zelda games.
Ooh.
So I guess I'm gonna scroll
Don't
down.
ask me what mine is.
What's that?
Don't ask me what mine is. I still cannot answer it.
Well, there's actually, wow, there's 41 things on this list.
41 Zelda games?
I had not realized that there's that many, or maybe they fucked up somewhere along the way, but let's see. Okay, so...
CDI are at the bottom.
So what's that?
CDI games are at the bottom.
Yeah, well, that's not a shock, right? Number 41, the absolute worst of them is Zelda the Wand of Gamelon.
Called it!
My boy.
My boy.
Number 40 is also a CDI game. That's Zelda's Adventure. Honestly, I think that's the worst one of those 3 games.
I mean, I will be honest. They are fun for what they are. They just had to be on a shitty system that became memetic.
Crappy controls. And, I don't know. They had really bad controls. The graphics were not great, especially in Zelda's Adventure. And the loading times, oh my god. Number 39 is Link's crossbow training. I gotta say that, like, that's like, I don't know, that it's kind of low-hanging fruit. It's not that bad of a game.
It was just a peripheral testing for something
tech
had like.
It's a tech demo.
Yeah.
Number 38 is Link Faces of Evil. I guess they're declaring that to not only be the best of the 3 CDI games, but better than Link's crossbow training.
That's funny.
Number 37 is Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link. No, man. That game rules.
This list just went down a
Holy
whole...
crap. Great game, though. I don't know what?
That was my first Let's Play ever.
It was not my first ever, but it was close to it. Number 36, I see now. This is interesting. I guess this is why there's so many. I think they're just counting any game that Link is in, because number 36 is Super Smash Brothers for Nintendo 3DS. Not a Zelda game, but Link and Toon Link are in it, and Zelda and Sheik. So that's bizarre.
It tells you I'm going to be seeing blood red at the end of this list.
Probably, yeah. Number 35 is the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition, which I believe...
It's a compilation of 1, 2, and Zelda 1, Zelda 2, and Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
Yeah, I have that somewhere. Yeah, it's that was interesting because you couldn't buy that one. I think you would get it for like pre-ordering something at GameStop or something.
You had to either buy a GameCube from them, or you had to pre-order. I think it was probably like...
Yeah, I think it varied from place to place how you would get that, but it had something to do with GameStop. Number 34 is Tingle's Balloon Fight DS. This one never even came out in America, so I couldn't tell you how good it is or how bad it is. But it sounds like it's basically the NES game Balloon Fight with Tingle in it.
Yeah.
So that doesn't sound good. Number 33 is the one that's just called Zelda, which was the Game & Watch game.
I used to have that. I had the Watch.
Oh, really? The Zelda one?
Yeah, my uncle gave it to me.
It's not common. Do you still have it?
Chewed up and not working, but I still have it.
Well, probably the battery's dead is probably what's going on with that.
I mean, the thing's like 30 years old, I think.
Yeah. Number 32 is Legend of Zelda: The Ancient Stone Tablets, which is interesting. This was pretty much it was pretty much like a weird sequel to Link to the Past that came out in Japan for the Satellaview, and it's almost impossible to get it working on an emulator, so I couldn't tell you exactly how good or how bad it is.
Yeah.
Number 31 is what? It's Mario and Luigi Dream Team. That's not a Zelda game.
Maybe he's in it for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like a cameo or something.
I wonder if Mario Legend of the Seven Stars will be on here, because Link's in that for a few seconds too.
Yeah, he's sleeping in a bed. Number 30 is Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyric. Once again, not a Zelda game. And also a really bad game in general, so what the fuck?
Like I said, this list is really starting to piss me the fuck
off.
This
is bizarre. It's confusing me more than anything. Number 29 is Link's Awakening DX.
Okay, that's it. That's it. I can't. Next.
All right.
Next list. I don't care. F.
No, we gotta finish it. Number 28 is Ocarina of Time Master Quest.
Oh.
Yeah, it's another one that you couldn't really buy. Number 27. Wow. Well, this is gonna piss you off. Number 27 is Breath of the Wild. What the fuck? Now, I don't have a Switch or a Wii U, so I haven't played this game. But isn't this, like, considered to be, like one of the better ones?
Yes.
So
this is like I'm looking for something to strangle right now, and there's
Oh,
nothing in here.
don't strangle anything. Number 26 is freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land, which, that's whatever. I've seen footage of it. It's whatever. Number 25 is Triforce Heroes. I'm actually surprised it's that high, because Triforce Heroes sucks.
That was like the one Zelda game I flat out said sucked.
Just no interest whatsoever in it.
I couldn't give any redemption for it whenever I was playing it. It just, I played it for like 2 hours, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Why is this?
It's like 4 swords without the 4 part. There's only 3 of them.
Yeah, and without the fun factor either.
Well, speaking of which, number 24 is the first 4 swords, which it's a fun game, but it's only multiplayer, and that's kind of a bummer.
Unless you get version when they're posting it out.
Yeah, number 23 is Hyrule Warriors Legends, which I think is a pretty decent game. I have Hyrule Warriors Legends.
I like that game too.
It's kind of crappy if you try to play it on an original model 3DS, and it runs like shit.
Yeah.
Like, that really should have been one of the games that, like, will only play on the new 3DS, like Xenoblade is. Because it runs like crap on the old one. Number 22 is Link to the Past and 4 Swords. Okay. Number 21 is Twilight Princess HD. I'm going a little faster because I'm kind of done with this. Number 20 is Majora's Mask 3D. Number 19 is Hyrule Warriors. Number 18 is Oracle of Ages. Number 17 is Four Swords Adventures. Number 16 is Phantom Hourglass. I didn't really like that one. Number 15 is Oracle of Seasons. Number 14 is Ocarina of Time 3D. Number 13 is Wind Waker HD. Number 12 is Spirit Tracks. I didn't like that one either. Number 11 is Breath of the Wild. It's on here twice.
What?
Well, at least I can... Well, maybe one is the Wii U version and the other is the Switch version.
I don't know.
I don't know. This is confusing to me. Number 10 is the original Zelda. Number 9 is the Minish Cap. Number 8 is Link Between Worlds. That's my personal favorite. Number 7 is Link's Awakening. Number 6 is Skyward Sword. I didn't like Skyward Sword, so that kind of annoys me. Number 5 is Link to the Past. Number 4 is Wind Waker. Number 3 is Majora's Mask. Number 2 is Twilight Princess. And predictably, number 1 is Ocarina of Time.
This is why I want to strangle someone right now.
This is a mess. I mean, at first when they put a couple of non-Zelda, like one of the Smash Brothers games, I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe they're just including it because Link was in it. But then you get like Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric.
And it doesn't even make any sense.
There's no way that any Zelda characters are in that. I mean, that would be weird. Out of the how many was it? 41. I'm gonna give this 3.
Whoever wrote this. Hello?
I can't hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, there you are.
Yeah. Whoever wrote this, fuck you. You deserve to be strangled by Chris Benoit. 0.0. This was...
Well, you can't give it a 0. You can give it a 1, though.
1.
There you go. Well, I almost feel bad about doing this, but I have 2 more lists from the same website. I don't know if they're going to be as bad as that, though. Mm-hmm. This first one, let's see, best RPG series. We can do that. How many are there?
All right.
Oh, well, apparently this just goes on and on.
Yeah. I mean, we were, in my AMA I did this last Saturday, we were named...
You're cutting up real bad.
Hello?
Yeah, you're breaking up there.
Yeah. Yeah, my headset's really sensitive, let's put it that way.
Well,
we had a conversation about it, we just named like almost 40 games for Super Nintendo just that were just RPG.
Yeah, there were a lot on the Super Nintendo. Well, anyway, we'll do 50 because that's what loaded initially. There's other pages, but I ain't dealing with all that. So the top 50 RPG series. See how this goes. Number 50 is Monster. I'm gonna do like 10 at a time, and then we'll make comments.
All right.
Number 50 is Monster Hunter. Number 49 is Arcanum. Number 48 is Phantasy Star. Number 47 is Baten Kaitos. Number 46 is Bioshock. Okay, we're already off the deep end, but I'm gonna continue here. Number 45 is Grand Theft Auto. Number 44 is Disgaea. Number 43 is Dungeons and Dragons. Number 42 is Zack, and number 41 is Dark Souls. So, on what planet are Grand Theft Auto and BioShock RPGs?
Grand Theft Auto does have the role-playing element, but I don't know about BioShock because I never played it.
It's a first-person shooter.
Yeah, of course I'm not
It's
going to
like,
play because I don't like first-person shooters.
oh, you would like BioShock, though. Trust me on this. BioShock is awesome, but wow, you've never played BioShock? Wow, okay, I gotta hook you up or something. But Grand Theft Auto, I mean, that's a sandbox game. BioShock does have a very strong story, and you can kind of customize your character, but it's not a fucking RPG. Oh my god, this is so weird. All right, I'm just gonna. Do you have any comments, or should I go to the next 10?
Next 10, please.
All right. Number 40 is Dark Cloud. Number 39 is Mount and Blade. Number 38 is Secret of Mana. I believe the series is actually called World of Mana, but whatever. Number 37 is Legend of Heroes. Number 36 is Dragon Quest. Number 35 is Panzer Dragoon. Number 34 is Ultima. Number 33 is Grandia. Number 32 is Far East of Eden. And number 31 is Persona. At least they're all RPGs this time, but you've definitely pissed me off by putting Dragon Quest at number 36.
Well, one more number, we could have made a Clerks reference.
In a row? Yeah, that pisses me off, but let's move on. Number 30 is The Witcher. Number 29 is Gothic. Number 28 is Dot Hack. Number 27 is Ys. Number 26 is Shining Force. Number 25 is RuneScape. Number 24 is Dragon Quest Monsters. I guess they're counting that separately. Number 23 is Xenosaga. Number 22 is Fable. And number 21 is Mario and Luigi. I'll be honest, Fable kind of sucks.
I've only seen one guy play it, and it didn't appeal to me. So
it's like the shitty man's Elder Scrolls, you know.
Ugh, that bad, eh?
It's Elder Scrolls is great, but imagine Elder Scrolls without all the effort and fun. And I'm sorry, like, you pissed me off by putting Dragon Quest so low, and then Dragon Quest Monsters, the weird, like, spin-off series, is somehow higher? Like, what?
Doesn't make it sense.
Okay, well, number 20 is the Tales of series. Number 19 is Star Ocean. Number 18 is Planescape Torment. Number 17 is the Chrono series. Number 16 is Neverwinter Nights. Number 15 is Fire Emblem. Number 14 is Diablo. Number 13 is Mother series. They wrote Earthbound, but it's called the Mother series. Number 12 is Paper Mario. And number 11 is Shin Megami Tensei. Alright, couple of comments. First of all, I don't really like Earthbound, so that annoys me.
No.
Shin Megami Tensei and Persona are actually in the same series. And Planescape Torment's not a series, it's just one game. So I don't think they ever made any sequels to that. So,
First I've heard of it, I don't know.
It's not that good, to be honest. Like a lot of people like the story, I'll give them that, but the gameplay is just shitty. It's kind of like you know how I said that Fable is like a shitty version of Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
It's like a shitty version of Baldur's Gate.
Gee.
Yeah. The story's all right though. I won't sleep on that. All right, well here's the top 10. Weird. Number 10 is Kingdom Hearts. Number 9 is Dragon Age. Number 8 is Mass Effect. Number 7 is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Number 6 is Baldur's Gate. Number 5 is Pokemon. Number 4 is Legend of Zelda. Number 3 is Fallout. Number 2 is Elder Scrolls. And number 1 is Final Fantasy. I'm not really shocked at any of that at the top.
Yeah, me neither.
I can't really argue with it. Any of the top 10, really. I mean, they're all decent games. I probably would, put Zelda above Fallout, but that's a minor thing. The rest of the if this was a top 10 list, it would have been great. The rest of it was a mess.
Just like, oh, we got to fill up 50 spots. What can we put here?
Yeah, so, well, there's actually more. I can go to, like, the next page. I just decided ain't nobody got time for that. So, out of 50, I'm going to say 10 because the top 10 worked for me.
Yeah, same here. I'll say that as well.
I mean, I would, it wouldn't be my top 10, but I mean, I would have both Dragon Quest and East there, but it works, it's not terrible. Okay, the other list that I have from this site is the best video game series. So, I mean, is there a way that they can fuck this up?
Yes.
Like, I mean, the Zelda list was fucked up because there were games that weren't Zelda. The RPG list was fucked up because there were games that weren't RPGs. So how can
I guarantee that
there's going to be something on here that's like not a series or not a video game or something,
that's the only way that could happen.
Well, let's find out. I'm going to do it the same way. There's 50 I'm going to do it by tens, and then we'll make our comments. Number 50 is Need for Speed. Number 49 is Borderlands. Number 48 is Far Cry. Number 47 is Age of Empires. Number 46 is the James Bond games. Number 45 is Mario Kart. Number 44 is Gran Turismo. Number 43 is Gears of War. Number 42 is Civilization. And number 41 is Mafia.
Knowing you, you're probably thinking that Civilization belongs higher on the list, right?
Well, here's the thing about it. I mean, I'm really into it, but it's very niche. Like, it's not for everyone,
Yeah.
So I'm not.
I mean, I like
mad
it.
about it. I'm not mad about it. I'm kind of mad about Mario Kart though. Like, have y'all even played Mario Kart? Mario Kart's fun as fuck.
Yeah, it is.
Like, dude. I guess they did kind of fuck it up. I put the James Bond games. It's not really a series. It's like they're all different developers and different licenses and shit. So that's
Yep.
Yeah. So I guess they did kind of cock it up a bit there. All right, well, continuing along, number 40 is Jack and Daxter. Number 39 is Medal of Honor. Number 38 is Pikmin. Number 37 is Madden. Number 36 is God of War. Number 35 is Sly Cooper. Number 34 is Half-Life. Number 33 is Castlevania. Number 32 is Pac-Man. And number 31 is Hitman. There would have been a time where I would have put Castlevania at number 1. So that kind of hurts me that it's at number 33, but I kind of understand it. They haven't made one in a while,
Lords of Darkness 2 is the last one we got.
Lords of Shadow 2, yeah. Yeah, that was the last real one. I mean, there's been a couple of mobile games and shit. I don't count that, especially since they don't, they're usually like slot machines or something. What was the other thing in here I wanted to say? Pikmin, man, that should be higher, but there's only 3 of them. Well, there's 4 of them now because of the 3DS game, but I wish Pikmin caught on more than it did, because I really like it.
Yeah.
Have you ever played those?
Yeah, dude.
They're fucking good. All right, well, number 30 is Splinter Cell. Number 29 is Saints Row. Number 28 is Silent Hill. Number 27 is Fire Emblem. Number 26 is Battlefield. Number 25 is Ratchet and Clank. Number 24 is Crash Bandicoot. Number 23 is BioShock. Number 22 is Portal. And number 21 is Batman Arkham. See, I feel like Arkham and BioShock are really good, but there's not like a lot of them, There's only 5. There's only 5 Arkham games and 3 BioShock games. I don't really have much else to say. I mean, I'm not really into Battlefield, but, there's a lot of people that are. Fire Emblem should be higher.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind on that one. That should be higher.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to playing Three Houses when that comes out.
I need a fucking Switch. Ugh. All right, well, number 20 is Resident Evil. Number 19 is Mega Man. Number 18 is Mortal Kombat. Number 17 is Fallout. Number 16 is Kirby. Number 15 is Kingdom Hearts. Number 14 is Mass Effect. Number 13 is Metroid. Number 12 is Uncharted. And number 11 is Halo. That's solid. I can't argue with any of that.
All right, yeah.
I mean, there was a time that like Mega Man could be in the top 5 for me. But then again, once again, when was the last time there was a Mega Man game?
Well, thank the fuck Christ there's one coming out this year.
Mega Man 11. Very excited for that.
Yep.
Well, here's the top 10. Number 10 is Final Fantasy. Number 9 is Elder Scrolls. Number 8 is Sonic. Number 7 is Metal Gear Solid. Number 6 is Assassin's Creed. Number 5 is Grand Theft Auto. Number 4 is Super Smash Brothers. Number 3 is Pokemon. Number 2 is Mario. And number 1 is Zelda.
Well, who didn't see that coming? Be honest.
Well, honestly, I'll be honest with you. I find it weird that on the RPG list they put Final Fantasy at number 1. But on this list, Elder Scrolls, Pokemon, and Zelda beat it.
I don't know. Is it made by the same guy?
Probably not. But it's just weird. You
There's
know?
the answer.
It's the same site, you know. I mean, you know, just thinking of the top 3 being like Zelda, Mario, Pokemon, and then Smash Brothers right after that. That's really showing it. I mean, like people kind of wonder like how Nintendo keeps going, and that's why.
They rely on what they have, and that's all they do.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they do what they do, and they do it well. My only gripe for the top 10, and surprisingly, it's not Metal Gear Solid, even though it's not my personal taste. They're very well made games. Assassin's Creed. There's too many of them that are just flat out crappy for that to be number 6.
I've never played any of them, so I can't judge. Just doesn't appeal to me.
They made one that was so glitchy that like people's faces would disappear and you would just see like their tongues and their eyes moving around.
Ugh, sounds like an AVGN Game Glitch Gremlin episode.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. Like the Glitch Gremlin had sex with Assassin's Creed Unity.
I'm
yeah.
the way I rubber with it, and I give.
I think this list was a little
Hello?
better. I'm here.
Yeah, I was saying. I gave.
I heard it. You got problems, dude. Now you're cutting out, though.
There we go. How's that?
Whatever you're doing, whatever moving around you're doing. Out of 50, I'm going to give that one a 15.
I'll say 12.
12? Is that what you said? Whoa, hello. Hello?
Yeah,
that's
my
cool.
headset keeps trying to reconnect.
Okay, yeah, I heard some other person there for a second.
Think somebody's trying to hack my Bluetooth?
No, I think that's probably just some signal crossover, you know?
Probably.
It was like very quick. I only had 3 from the list, but I just clicked on the side. But I got one more I want to do.
All right.
And this is the 50 best video game companies.
Oh boy.
Now I got to ask you, what do you think is number 1?
Probably Nintendo.
It's got to be Nintendo, right?
Yeah. It sure ain't EA Sports.
It's definitely not EA. I mean, if not Nintendo, then definitely Sony, right? That's probably number 1 and number 2 right there is Nintendo and Sony.
Probably.
All right, well, we'll go by tens. Although I got to pause on number 50 here. Number 50 is Squaresoft. Are they counting that separately from Square Enix? I wonder. But number 50 is Squaresoft. Number 49 is Disney Interactive Studios. Number 48 is Sucker Punch. Number 47 is CD Projekt Red. Number 46 is Ensemble Studios. Number 45 is Tecmo. Number 44 is PopCap. Number 43 is Gameloft. Number 42 is Kojima Productions. And number 41 is King's Isle Entertainment.
Sounds like we're getting to the good stuff already.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty low for the likes of Kojima or Square, right?
Right.
Well, let's see how it turns out. Number 40 is Quantic Dream. Number 39 is Gearbox Software. Number 38 is DICE. Number 37 is Level 5. Number 36 is TT Games. Not Titty, but TT. Number 35 is From Software. Number 34 is Treyarch. Number 33 is That Game Company. Number 32 is THQ. And number 31 is Rocksteady Studios.
Now, where's Bebop at?
Well, let's see. If Rocksteady Studios makes the Batman Arkham games, maybe Bebop Studios should make like a really good Superman game or something.
I was about to say Superman too.
Yeah, that would work. Number 30 is Warner Brothers Games. Number 29 is Nippon Ichi Software. Number 28 is Paradox Interactive. Number 27 is Marvelous USA. Number 26 is Telltale Games. Number 25 is Atlas. Number 24 is LucasArts. Number 23 is Hudson. Number 22 is id Software. Number 21 is Game Freak. Well, I mean, if you look at the pedigree of some of these, I mean, you got Star Wars, Doom, Quake, Pokemon. There's a lot of good stuff coming out of these.
Yeah.
So there's that. All right, I'm gonna just move along then. Number 20 is 2K Games. Number 19 is Konami. Number 18 is Mojang. Number 17 is Namco Bandai. Number 16 is Activision. Number 15 is Blizzard. Number 14 is Rare. Number 13 is Microsoft. Number 12 is Bungie. And number 11 is Capcom.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
There is a time when Capcom would have probably been in the top 10, but I can understand why they're not anymore, you know? They done some fuck shit lately.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's the top 10. Number 10 is Square Enix. Number 9 is Naughty Dog. Number 8 is Sega. Number 7 is Sony. I thought they'd be like number 2. Number 6 is Bethesda. Number 5 is EA. No, fuck you.
What? Blasphemy.
Oh, even worse. Number 4 is Ubisoft.
Blasphemy.
Number 3 is Valve. Number 2 is Rockstar. And number 1 is Nintendo, because of course it is.
Yeah, of course it is.
I'm actually surprised that Rockstar is above Valve. Because okay,
what is? Rockstar. They make Grand Theft Auto.
Grand
Okay.
Theft Auto and like Red Dead Redemption and a bunch of other shit. Valve don't just make games; they made Steam.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing. But all right, I'm not really angry about any of this. Out of 50, I'll give it 29.
I'll say 33.
33. There you go. All right. Let's see what else. Oh, you know what? Let me grab my phone. Let me do some of the things from my list app here, because I got to start clearing things out of my favorites. You know. All right. Let's see. I got to click on me, and then my saved lists. Okay. Okay, I like this one here. I actually read this one, Peyton. This is really good. It's 10 Stupid Reasons to Get Fired.
Let's hear it.
All right. Number 10. Micah Grimes, a coach of a girls' basketball team at the Covenant School of Dallas, was fired in 2009 because his team beat another team 100-0, and he did not apologize for the wide margin win.
What? When was that?
How the hell could the other team not even get a single basket?
Probably because they suck.
I would have been like, I'm so sorry that you suck so bad. I mean, it's girls basketball in high school, so it's not like it's, that big of a deal. But, I mean, obviously these girls that are playing for him, like, he must have been a really good coach if his team could win 100-0. They must be awesome.
You might want to tell your opponent team, hey, porn's hiring. Ask Piper Perry about that.
Maybe he should. It's a high school girls, man. That is fucked up.
Hey, choice when you turn 18.
Well, you know what? That this was 11 years ago, so they're not in high school anymore. Maybe he should have got a job working for the other team so he could teach them to not suck.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, that is a pretty dumb reason to get fired. That's pretty amazingly stupid. Number 9, Wendy Gonover lost her teaching job at Cal State Fullerton because she refused to sign a loyalty oath swearing to defend the U.S. and California constitutions against all enemies, foreign and domestic. As a Quaker from Pennsylvania and a lifelong pacifist, Gonover objected to the California oath as an infringement on her rights of free speech and religious freedom. I agree with her, especially since we let people not even, we let people out of the military for reasons like that. But it's a teaching job. Why does a teacher have to swear an oath to defend the country against foreign invaders?
What is he worried about? It's not like Kim Jong-un's going to come over when they Durka at the school. Or maybe he will. I don't know.
Yeah, that is so. That everything about that story is weird to me. All right, well, number 8. In 2012, 14 people were fired from a law firm in Florida for wearing orange clothes. Wearing orange on paydays was a tradition in the firm, but the new management thought that it was a protest against them.
What?
That would be a pretty shitty protest, right? Like, they don't even have signs. They just show up wearing orange.
Yeah.
And they're not even, and they're just working like normal people. Like that's a pretty crappy protest. Damn. All right, number 7. Iowa man John Preston was firing for reenacting an office prank that originated from the show Seinfeld. Preston kept saying, "You're so good looking," instead of "bless you," whenever someone sneezed. I guess they missed that episode, huh?
Yeah, they probably thought it was a sexual harassment thing.
That's probably what happened. I mean, that's crap. I mean, they probably should have just told him to knock it off instead of firing him. Number 6, in 2012, 14 Californian lifeguards were fired for performing a parody of the famous Psy song Gangnam Style. Rather than being amused by the video, the lifeguard superiors said it was inappropriate and they decided to terminate the lifeguard's contract. So wait a minute, they fired them for doing the dance or whatever?
I guess so.
Maybe the people there, they were like one of the 6 people on Earth who didn't see that video.
I'll see how not. It's one of the few foreign songs that gets radio airplay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. They were playing it, so it's not like even if they hadn't seen the video, they would have been aware of the song. All right. Number 5, Iowa man Richard Eggers was fired by Wells Fargo Home Mortgage Division in West Des Moines, Iowa, in 2012 for a petty crime that he committed nearly 50 years prior. Back then in 1963, he got caught using a cardboard cutout of a dime to run a laundromat washing machine when he was a teenager. So wait. So he does the fake coin thing in the 60s, and somehow he loses his job in 2012 because of that?
I hope like hell he sued.
No, you know what, Peyton? I'll tell you exactly what happened, because I bet you they're leaving out part of the story. I bet you when he applied for this job and they asked him if he'd ever been convicted of anything, he probably lied.
And they finally...
And it caught up and they found out. So he was probably fired for lying on the application.
From 50, geez.
Yeah, I mean, if you put that on the application that in 1963 I was convicted of this fake coin business, they probably wouldn't have given a shit. But he probably tried to not say anything. All right. Well, number 4, 2 nurses from Lake Geneva, Wisconsin were fired for misconduct after they posted a patient's x-ray on Facebook. The patient in question allegedly had a certain device lodged in his rectum, hence the keen interest on the part of the nurses.
Hey, that's what happened to somebody that I used to work with. She took a photo of it on her cell phone and got fired for it.
Can't do that. That is absolutely a dumb thing to do. It's not a dumb reason to get fired, but it's a dumb thing to do that will get you fired.
Yeah.
It's a violation of the HIPAA law. Number 3, a Comcast technician in the Washington, D.C. area was probably so tired of fixing a straightforward internet connection issue that he fell asleep on a customer's couch. He was fired immediately.
Okay, I get that.
I mean, he's probably tired of working for Comcast because fuck them. Number 2, Staten Island EMT Mark Musarella lost his job at the Richmond University Medical Center after snapping a picture of a murder victim and posting the photo on his Facebook profile. What a dumbass.
What?
Did he really think that would be okay?
Somewhere in his mind, he must have thought it.
Well, and here's the last one. In 2008, 3 KFC workers were fired for bathing in the restaurant sink. The girls, all from Anderson, California, stripped down to bikinis to relax after a long shift at the fast food chain, and one of them decided to post the photos they took on her MySpace page. Okay, first.
What if those are still up?
It's MySpace. It's definitely not still up. I was going to say, first of all, who the fuck still had a MySpace in 2008?
I did. I used mine till like 2010.
Wow, dude, you were a diehard, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, you know that it's sad because that's really not that big of a deal. They were off the clock. I mean, but posting it online was probably what did it for them.
Probably.
All right. Well, out of 10, what do you think? I think this is pretty great.
I'll say 8.
I'm gonna say 9. Okay. Ooh, let me delete it from my save thing so that it's not gonna still be there, and I wind up doing it next month. Okay. So I think you're gonna like this one. This is from Ranker.com. It is 15 video games that relentlessly mock you for cheating.
Oh.
Have you ever seen anything like where the game mocks you for cheating?
Yeah.
There's 2 examples I can think of. One is in Gradius 3. If you attempted to enter the Konami code, your ship would explode. And the other one was Link's Awakening. If you stole something from the store, the game would refer to you as thief from then on out. And if you went back to the store, the guy would kill you.
Yeah, the part is whenever I speedrun that game, yeah, you got to do it twice.
But how do you do it twice? Doesn't he just murder you the second time?
The second time you don't go back in. First time you do get murdered.
Oh, okay. It's interesting because what would you steal? Like the only thing that you would really need to steal was the bow because it's so expensive. What's the other thing?
The shovel so you can get it right away.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that would be handy.
You get the bow early.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Well, number 1 is Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh, I know this cheat.
Yeah. Don't ever push your luck with Gruntilda Winky Bunyan. Is that her last name? I didn't know that. In the Nintendo 64 version of Banjo-Kazooie, there's a sandcastle and a beach theme world that's perfect for entering cheat codes. All you have to do is butt stomp the correct sequence of letters. While the game occasionally rewards you with cheat codes for collecting secret puzzle challenges, there are other cheats hidden in Banjo-Kazooie that would allow you to bypass Gruntilda's lair at a faster and unintended pace. 1 illegal cheat code is fine. 2 illegal cheat codes is okay. Entering 3 illegal cheat codes, however, will prompt Gruntilda to threaten to delete your save file. If you don't heed her warning, your game save will be deleted.
Yeah, I knew
rough.
that.
That's rough. Number 2 is Link's Awakening. I did mention this, and you're aware of it, but I'll read it out there for anybody who's unaware. If you shoplift as Link in Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, the hero of time, he's not the hero of time, but whatever, will forever be known as a thief. In the Game Boy game, it is possible to pick up and steal any overpriced item from the town tool shop in Maybe Village by simply running circles around the shopkeeper and skedaddling when he's not looking. If you commit this fiendish act, however, the game will brand you a thief for the rest of your journey, replacing the name you gave Link with the shameful title. Whether it's an unimportant NPC or the Windfish himself, every character in the game will refer to Link as a thief. If you try to return to the shop, you'll be greeted by the shopkeeper and a laser blast to the head. You know, I gotta say, they left out one part, though, too, is that right when you leave, the game is like, oh, you got it for free.
Guess what? You got it for free.
Are you proud of yourself? Okay, number 3 is Heretic. Have you ever played Heretic?
Uh-uh.
Have you played Doom?
Yeah.
It's like medieval Doom.
Ah.
It's pretty awesome, actually. The Doom engine wasn't the only thing that Heretic, the first-person fantasy shooter, borrowed from the classic game. The IDKFA cheat from Doom, which grants the user all keys, armor, and ammo, was usable in Heretic. Using that code in Heretic, however, had the opposite effect. All weapons and ammo the player was using would be gone, except for a measly staff. Cheater, you don't deserve weapons would also appear on screen. I like it. Number 4 is Animal Crossing. There's no reset button on the Game of Life, but there is in Animal Crossing. It's incredibly tempting to punch the reset button on your Nintendo console whenever something in the game doesn't go your way. One annoying animal resident, however, won't let you off the hook. If you turn off Animal Crossing before saving, a mole named Rossetti will pop up the next time you turn on the game and bore you with his long-winded rant about the importance of saving. Rapidly tapping the A button won't do it, as he'll occasionally ask you questions to make sure you're paying attention to his words. Answer incorrectly and he'll start his rant all over again. There's no reset button in life. Make sure you save before turning off your game. Thanks, Rossetti.
That's cruel right there.
Yeah, it's pretty cruel. Number 5 is Star Wars Dark Forces. God Mode is the all-powerful cheat code that every gamer yearns for. Unlimited health, ammo, moves, etc. Who doesn't want to be invincible and mow down every enemy with ease? In the 1995 LucasArts game Star Wars Dark Forces, you had to humiliate yourself first before you could become the ultimate Jedi. To activate God Mode in the game, you had to type in LA for LucasArts and I am lame. And then lame, la. I am lame. Yep, the developers are laughing at you for essentially turning on the easy mode. I like it. Hold on one second. It's like, you know, the cheat codes in first-person shooters are always weird. Like, I think the God Mode cheat in Duke Nukem was something like I am Cornholio or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Number 6 is Undertale. I couldn't be less interested in this game, but let's see what it does. There are a lot of endings in Undertale. There's the pacifist ending, the genocide ending, and at least 10 neutral endings in the game. One ending that's almost impossible to get unless you're a dirty hacker is the dirty hacker ending. If you successfully mess around with the game's files, you'll be rewarded with an ending that berates you for hacking the game in the first place. The skullboy named Sans will appear and say that he doesn't know what the protagonist did to deserve this ending and suggest calling the developer to fix the problem. He'll later say, chances are, though, you're just a dirty hacker, aren't you? Yeah, get out of here. Well, personally, I couldn't find myself less interested in Undertale, but whatever. Okay, number 7 is The Stanley Parable. The hit indie game The Stanley Parable is well known for its quirky sense of humor. Anyone who's had a good laugh at the game will be glad to know its distinct humor carried on in its game's treatment of cheaters. If you type SV cheats 1 into the console commands, you'll be teleported to a serious room with a serious table and be forced to hear a serious rant about your cheating. Outside of this room, I might be more tolerant of these things, but now we're in this room, the game's narrator will say, which is why I'm subjecting you to the most serious punishment I can think of. 100 billion trillion years standing here in the serious room. I guess you can't get out of there once you're in there, huh?
Yep.
Number 8 is SimCity, the original SimCity. Money makes the world go round, but it can also cause devastation as well. In the 1989 SimCity game, you're able to acquire an unlimited amount of money by pausing the game, holding the shift key, and typing in fund. If you use the fund cheap over 8 times, however, your city will soon be destroyed by a massive earthquake. Say goodbye to your wallet because it's going to take all the pennies you have to rebuild your fallen city. That's interesting. I never knew about that one. You there, Peyton?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I was making sure you're still there because you got awfully quiet. Oh, what is this?
Right.
Oh, okay, here it is. I was like, where's the next one? Here it is. Number 9 is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. There's no such thing as easy money, as explicitly demonstrated by The Witcher 3. Near one of the villagers in White Orchard lies a field of cows. These cows were typically slaughtered by players, then had their skins sold for money. To combat this money exploit, the developers at CG Projekt Red placed a powerful enemy called the Chort nearby to spawn and eradicate you. The devs even poke fun at these cheating attempts in one of the game's quests called The Taxman Cometh. Have you ever engaged in the wholesale trade of rawhide in the White Orchard area? The taxman would ask the player. I don't even understand how that's cheating if you're killing them and selling the hide. How is that cheating?
I don't know.
I haven't played The Witcher 3, so I'm not up on why that would be cheating. Number 10 is Theme Hospital. Theme Hospital, the business simulation game by the now-defunct Bullfrog Productions, had a cheeky way of alerting players that the cheat codes in the game were working. To enter a cheat code in the game, you would have to select the fax machine, type in said code, and press the green send button. If everything was properly executing, you'll hear a woman yell, "The hospital administrator is cheating," on the intercom. I like it. Okay. Number 11 is The Lion King. The 1994 video game adaptation of The Lion King for the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis was notorious for its absurd difficulty. Back then, Disney instructed developers to make their game so hard that it couldn't be beat in a rental period. It's understandable why so many gamers would enter the level select code just to skip over the game's frustrating levels. However, after finishing the level you selected, you would be taken back to the game's infamous second level involving the confusing monkey-tossing puzzle. This action is the result of the cheat code only allowing you to replace the starting level with another one. That's actually kind of clever.
Yeah.
Number 12 is Postal 2. Just like the game itself, cheating in Postal 2 is highly offensive and politically incorrect. Just the names of some of the cheats are too racy to type out here. To activate cheat mode, you'll need to type sissy. You'll know you've done it right if the Postal Dude, the game's main protagonist, calls you a sissy after entering it in. You'll also get a cheats are enabled, hope you're happy message as well. As if it couldn't get any worse, Postal 2 will mock you for constantly quick saving in the game. My grandmother could beat the game if she saved as much as you do. Nice. Number 13 is Persona 3. It's never fun to have your mom or dad scold you for cheating. It's even less fun to have your video game scold you for it as well. If you use cheat codes in Persona 3 to acquire items, skills, persona, or steal one of your allies' personas, Fuka or Mitsuru will call you out. This isn't a simple text warning. Both girls are fully voiced. Cheating, huh? Fuka would say, I'm disappointed in you. I like that.
Jeez.
That's cute. All right. Number 14 is Descent. The 3D first-person shooter Descent didn't take kindly to anyone that cheated in the game. Enabling cheat mode in the space simulator would reset the player's score to 0. Any action that would have previously granted you points, such as blasting robots or rescuing hostages, would only cause the score indicator to flash cheater until a new game was started. Entering the same cheats for the first game into the sequels, Descent 2 and Descent 3 would reset the player's shields from 200% to 1%.
Gee.
I like that. I remember hearing something, it's not on this list, but I remember hearing something about one of the Tomb Raider games that if you tried to put a new code, like an old code into the new game, Lara would just explode. And number 15, this is the last one, is Saints Row 2. The Grand Theft Auto-inspired game Saints Row 2 is jam-packed with cheat codes that turn you from a common thug into a powerful crime lord. There's just one catch, one big catch. Activating any cheat in Saints Row 2 will disable all achievements, meaning that you won't get zip for completing story missions, side missions, secret missions, or any amazing feat that you may have accomplished during the game. It would be like you never played the game at all. Well, you know, that's not that unusual. I mean, most games that have cheats will disable achievements.
Yeah.
Well, out of 15, what do you say, Peyton?
That was funny. I'll go with 14.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I think that last one was a bit weird, but yeah, whatever. All right. How about the top 10 greatest food combinations?
Uh,
What do you think is like the greatest combination of two foods to exist?
Peanut butter and chocolate, Reese's.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. Okay, well, number 10 is bacon and eggs. That's just great. I mean, you can't argue with bacon and eggs. They go really well together.
These little mountain packets. It's dry food that you add hot water to, and it makes a full meal. It's meant for out in the woods cooking, but I bring it with me on the truck.
Yeah.
I have like almost 20 bags of bacon and eggs.
Is it any good?
Yeah, surprisingly, it is pretty good.
I mean, to me, that sounds like that, like a cheeseburger in a can kind of thing.
Ugh, no, it's not. Like they have stuff like lasagna like that, but they don't have anything other than it's mostly like bacon and eggs or sausage and eggs, spaghetti. It's like that. It's like marine stuff.
Yeah, I get like the K rations. All right. Well, number 9 is butter and popcorn. Hell yeah.
Yummy.
Hell yeah. Number 7. Wait a minute. Did we miss number 8? Where's number 8? Oh, well, yeah, number 8's there, but it didn't have a number on it. It's pizza and beer. Yes, definitely.
Like I said, you can't have pizza with like water or juice. You can't. It's got to be either soda or beer.
I mean, I don't do soda, but with pizza, I like a beer. Iced tea is decent, well, but beer is superior. Number 7, salt and pepper.
Man, we got ourselves a little musical group called them.
Or as Patrick Stewart would say, salt and pepper.
Push it.
Number 6 is burger and fries. I mean, there's a reason that burgers usually come with fries. They go well together.
Yeah.
Number
And now
5
we got IHOP. We got IHOP joining the fray.
You know, that whole IHOP thing is so blown out of proportion. Like, first of all, they've always had burgers.
Yeah, they've always had burgers. Why are people flipping out now?
Because
now they're
because they changed the name from IHOP to IHOP. Don't you guys get that it's a temporary thing that they're probably going to do for like maybe a year or so to just, it's advertising their new line of burgers, but they've always had burgers.
Yeah.
Number 5 is spaghetti and meatballs. Personally, I like spaghetti and I like meatballs, but don't usually get them together.
I put pepperoni in my spaghetti.
That's good. Spaghetti with pepperoni is awesome. Number 4 is cheese and crackers. Yeah, that's a pretty great combo right there.
Yeah, it is.
Number 3 is tortilla chips and salsa.
Hey, that's what I'm having for dinner right now.
Nice. Number 2 is mashed potatoes and gravy. I mean, yeah, definitely. And their number 1 pick, what did you say? Because it's not on here. I forget. What did you say?
Reese's. Chocolate and peanut butter.
Chocolate and peanut butter. I mean, that should be on here because I agree. But number 1 is Oreos and milk.
I'd call that an equal. Come on. That's just me, though.
Well, I guess so. I mean, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. I honestly think that your idea was better than some of these.
Yeah.
Okay, what else do I got on this thing? I don't want to do that one. How about...
wrap this up because I gotta get sleep.
I'm not going to do... Oh, that one's been removed. Okay, I can't do that one. Shit. I just want to do like maybe 1 or 2 more. We'll wrap it up fairly soon.
All right.
How about the 12 worst films ever made?
All right, cool. Let's do it.
Evening Standard. Let's see what they say. So these are in no particular order. The first one is Battlefield Earth, A Saga of the Year 3000. I didn't see this. I saw the trailer and I'm just like, yeah, no.
Jeez.
No. Do you remember this one? I mean, you probably don't remember it, but you've heard of it, right?
No, I've never even heard of it.
It was a really bad sci-fi movie that came out around 2000 or so. John Travolta as like an alien. It was made by the Scientologists.
Oh yeah. Now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it's all about like Lord Xenu and all that shit.
Lord Xenu.
Yeah. No, the next one is Epic Movie. All those movies piss me off.
They're supposed to. It's supposed to be a parody.
Parodies is supposed to make you laugh, not piss me off. Like, I stopped after I saw the Scary Movie. I went to see that one. I didn't laugh at all. I left angry. And ever since then, I haven't seen any of these.
Was it the dick in the ear scene that pissed you off? Because that's what pissed me off, too. I didn't want to see the fucking dick.
Well, it wasn't a real dick. But no, that's not what pissed. It just pissed me off that it wasn't funny. That I went to see this whole big parody that I thought was going to be funny and it wasn't. The next one is Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Now, part of me wants to say, with a title that great, how could it be bad? But I've heard it's pretty terrible. Jesse actually has seen this movie and he said it was awful. The next one is United Passions. Have you ever heard of United Passions? It's basically a movie about the forming of FIFA, the soccer league. But there's no actual soccer in the movie, and it's supposedly super boring. Which I guess if it had soccer, it would still be boring.
Yeah.
The Room is so bad that they made a movie about the making of it, and they gave it the title The Disaster Artist. Which, interestingly, was a very good movie. So, Howard the Duck was pretty bad, yeah. I can't Yeah, no.
Hey, Leah Thompson was hot in this. I don't care.
Oh yeah, but she's hot in a bunch of other movies that are not as infuriating as Howard the Duck.
Eh.
Um, Showgirls. I mean, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Showgirls may be a piece of shit movie, but it has enough boobs where it doesn't matter.
Do you remember that conversation I told you about Showgirls where Lisa comes in, I'm on Hulu, there's Showgirls on there, but Philadelphia's on there too, and I'd rather watch Philadelphia, and she started ripping me a new one saying, why would you rather see a movie about a guy who's dealing with a lawsuit because he has AIDS over tits? And I said, because I can see tits anytime I want,
That's true.
because I watch porn all the time, but this is a good movie. Acting in it. And it was brilliant. It's kind of one reason why I kind of started my tolerance toward, yeah.
I got you. The next one is The Exorcist 2. Oh, God. Have you ever seen The Exorcist 2?
I've seen 1, and I've seen 3. I couldn't watch 2.
That's fine. That's all you need. Okay, you know how Exorcist 3 was kind of bad?
Yeah.
It's 10 million times better than Exorcist 2.
That bad, eh?
It's bedlam insanity. You can't even tell what the hell is going on.
Jeez.
Jack and Jill. I mean, honestly, you could populate this list with a lot of the later Adam Sandler movies, but I'm sorry I'm laughing so much. My girlfriend is texting me on Steam. She found the weird part of Steam.
Uh-oh.
So she's like, showing me all these games with names like Milky Boobs and Metal as Fuck. And she just found the game Genital Jousting, which is exactly what you think it is.
Especially since they were on there.
But anyway, Jack, you could take any of the later Adam Sandler movies and put them on there. He just stopped trying after a while.
I just don't think he cares anymore.
And it strikes me that you could talk to a younger person, like say somebody that's like 18, 19 years old, and you could try to tell them that there was a time when Adam Sandler was considered really, really funny and that his movies did well and people enjoyed them, and they'd be like, "You lying."
Hell, his albums are still hilarious to listen to.
Oh yeah. My favorite bit of his that he ever did was Toll Booth Willie. It still cracks me up.
I'm coming out of the booth! Oh, my fucking leg!
The next one's Movie 43. I have not seen Movie 43. All I just hear is just how terrible it is.
I've never even heard of it.
Well, listen to this. I'm going to read you part of this. This is part of the cast. Gerard Butler, Hugh Jackman, Richard Gere, Halle Berry, Kate Winslet, Emma Stone, and Uma Thurman. That's just part of the cast.
Gee, it sounds like it should be a masterpiece.
It's got like everything in it. Everybody that was famous at the time was in it. The problem is that basically they started, because it's a collection of little tiny like sketches, and they started with this sketch with Hugh Jackman, where the joke was basically that the guy had a ball sack on his chin. Now, if you're thinking, hey, that's from South Park, yeah, South Park already did that, so they just kind of ripped that off. So they basically did Bald Chin Boy from South Park with Hugh Jackman. And then they basically would go to the next star, and they would say, do you want to do this movie? And they'd be like, I don't know. And they go, oh, come on, Hugh Jackman's in it. And then they go, okay. And then they go to the next person, and they would say, oh, well, Hugh Jackman and Halle Berry are in it, So that people kept joining the cast because they'd hear about who was in it, and they would think this must be fucking great. And it turns out it was a piece of shit.
So it was just literally a piece of shit trying to get as many actors in it as possible.
Yeah. When the star of the film, well, one of the stars of the film, Richard Gere, was asked about the movie, he said, other than it's apparently a piece of shit, nothing. I haven't seen it. The next one's Cannibal Holocaust. Cannibal Holocaust was I don't know that it was one of the worst films ever. It's not good. But
it was definitely one of the most fucked up movies ever.
I mean, it is fucked up. I mean, it was so fucked up that the people who saw it, people were so convinced that it was real that they arrested the guy that made it because they thought that it was a snuff film, that he killed all those people.
I wonder who the real criminals are in this world.
I don't know. Then Human Centipede 3. I guess if you got to pick one of them, that makes sense. How the hell did they ever get to 3 of those?
People like fucked up things.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same thing 3 times in a row. Like, okay, the first one's about the guy trying to sew people's lips up, other people's butthole. The second one's about the same thing. The third one's about the same thing. It's like, come up with something else at that point, you know? How do you take a stupid thing like that and make it into 3 movies? That's all of them. I don't know how many there were. How many did it say at the top?
Well,
12. I'm gonna give it a 10. I've seen worse.
I've seen worse as well. I'll say about 8.
I've seen a movie called Werewolves on Wheels. That was about the worst movie I've ever seen.
Is it bad that I'm about to get blasphemized right now that the worst I ever saw was Jurassic Park 3?
See, now I can't agree with you there because Jurassic Park 3, it was certainly not good. But it was at least, it entertained. Like, I didn't feel like falling asleep or leaving, you know?
I did. I fell asleep in the middle of it. I've never done that with any film before except that one. And it was in the movie theater.
Have you ever walked out of a movie in the theater?
Tarzan.
Which one?
Disney's
Tarzan,
the one with Phil Collins in it.
The one.
But
Phil Collins.
the only reason here's the thing though. The only reason I walked out of it was because South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut was playing, and I wanted to see that instead. So my mom, and my aunt bought tickets for it. And I told them, hey, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I ate something that didn't agree with me. And I'm like,
so you didn't walk out because it was bad. You walked out because you were going to a different movie.
Yeah, I came back just as Tarzan was ending, and they said, you missed a damn good movie. And I'm like, I'm sure I did.
It was pretty good. By the way, Phil Collins wasn't actually in it. He just did the soundtrack.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I'm sorry.
It's hilarious because he won the Oscar for that over South Park, and they were fucking pissed about it.
Oh, we totally knew we were going to lose. We just didn't expect to lose to Phil Collins.
I like Phil Collins.
But Disney, it's hard to beat Disney. If you can beat Disney at the Academy,
that's a damn good song, though. All right, one more. And this is relevant. Everybody loves the Marvel movies, but this is going into the comics as well. It's the 10 most powerful Marvel villains.
Oh boy!
So who do you think, just off the top of your head, is the most powerful Marvel villain?
Either Apocalypse or Thanos.
It's neither of those two, but he has appeared in a movie. So I'll leave you hanging a little bit as I go through this. Number 10 is Annihilus. Do you know Annihilus?
No.
He's like this big green gargoyle guy, you know, and basically he's usually on the Fantastic Four comics. I don't know that he's that powerful. I seem to remember that he gets beaten pretty easily, but maybe they've made him more powerful later. Number 9 is the Magus. They may be using him fairly soon, by the way, Peyton, in the movies.
Yeah.
For people who don't know, there was a hero in Marvel called Adam Warlock. They kind of hinted at him at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And eventually he got the Infinity Gauntlet, and he used it to make himself like a completely logical being. He purged himself of both good and evil. But the good part of him became a character called the Goddess, and the bad part became the Magus. So there you go. Number 8 is Thanos. So there you go. He did make it onto the list. Number 7 is Doctor Doom.
If a guy can make the Incredible Hulk his bitch without breaking a sweat, yeah, he's got to be strong.
Yeah, he's pretty powerful. But number 7 is Doctor Doom. People kind of sleep on Doctor Doom because they think of like the shitty movie versions, but his armor is on par with Iron Man's, and he's a sorcerer on par with Doctor Strange. So he's pretty fucking dangerous. Number 6 is Amatsu Mikaboshi. Even I don't know who the fuck that is.
I don't either.
Apparently he's a Japanese deity in the Marvel Universe. So there you go. He's a god. but an evil one, I guess. Number 5 is Onslaught. Oh God, did I need to be reminded of Onslaught? I wish I could forget him. Do you know who Onslaught is?
Nope.
Is this like they did this event in the 90s where they were going to kill off like the whole Avengers and then the Fantastic Four and then the Hulk, you know? And they came up with this villain, Onslaught, you know? And it turned out to literally be Professor X.
That's dumb.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking stupid. Number 4 is Galactus. We got to get him into a movie where he's not a giant cloud because Galactus is pretty fucking terrifying when he's done right. The dude literally eats planets. So that's pretty cool. Number 3 is Sidorak. Sidorak is the guy that gave the Juggernaut his power. So obviously he's pretty dangerous. Number 2 is...
That's an understatement.
Yeah. Number 2 is Mephisto. Mephisto is essentially Satan in the Marvel Universe.
I meant to say Mephisto. I don't know why I said what I said.
Well, you said Dr. Doom and Thanos, right?
No, I said Thanos and Apocalypse.
Oh, Apocalypse. Apocalypse probably could be on here. But number 1 is Dormammu. I've come to bargain. Dormammu is ridiculously powerful. The only reason that he ever gets beat is because Doctor Strange's powers are pretty much limited by whatever the writers could come up with.
Yeah, their imagination.
Yeah, he could pretty much do whatever they can think of. But yeah, at a 10, I honestly think that Apocalypse probably could have been on here instead of Annihilus, because Annihilus, I don't know, I don't remember much about him. I don't remember him being that dangerous.
Could have probably also gone with Project 23, but then again, he did get killed pretty quickly.
Wait, who?
Was it Project 23 or 24? I forgot.
Oh, you talking about X-24?
Yeah.
You know, he was just created for the movie.
Huh.
And it was just a clone of Wolverine.
I could have sworn I read a comic about it.
No, he was just created for the movie. And you know what's interesting about X-24 is, I mean, he wasn't really a villain. He was just literally like a clone of Wolverine that was brainwashed, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he didn't have a mind of his own. But, oh yeah, okay, well, did we rate it? I think I rated it, didn't I?
Yeah, you said like 8 or something like that.
I said 7. Or if I didn't say 7, I should have said 7. And what are you saying?
I'm saying I just broke my damn thing.
Well, give me a number so we can end it.
7.
7. All right, well, we're going to end it right there. No, kind of a shorter episode, but Payton's got to get to bed. He's got to wake up in a few hours.
Now it's down to 4 hours.
Well, hopefully next month we'll have an easier time with this.
Yeah.
All right, well, see you guys next time.
Fuzzy pickles, bitches.